Taxes, inflation, and the breakdown of the family are causing us to fall behind. We have the lowest net worth in the United States, and I'm sure those numbers cross the border as well.
Some people get the disability tax credit and they don't open the registered disability savings plan, and that's where the government puts in all the money of grants and bonds for a person with a disability who has done all the steps. Some people don't do all the steps.
Good morning, everybody. It is Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations. 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And as always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Welcome, everyone. It is the last day of February of 2025. So I hope everyone is doing fine. This is a big moment in Morning Vibe Show history. Very big moment. I've only once before in the Morning Vibe Show history, and I think as an online broadcaster, I've hosted a epic conversation from somewhere other than Mayad, so to speak. And was it late last year? I was at a conference in Ottawa, and I hosted a show from Ottawa. I was staying at an Airbnb in Ottawa, and they hosted a show today. Hosted the show then. Well, this is a big moment because I'm hosting the Morning Vibe and a Dr. Vibe show from outside of Canada, the country I live in. Totally outside of Canada. Now, I didn't make that decision until about yesterday. I had wanted to make sure that the destination I was traveling to could handle the bandwidth to produce and have one of these live shows. And yesterday I did some testing. I said, let's make it happen. So a number of people may think that, and I said so again, a number of people may think, well, he's not doing a live show today, but I changed it late last night. So we are broadcasting live. There is somebody here, so please shout yourself out in the comments. The big question today is, where is Dr. Vibe broadcasting from? That's the key thing. I will tell you where I am right now is very hot. It is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what the temperature is Celsius-wise. 23, probably 24 or 25 degrees Celsius. It is hot already where I am. My thing is, do you know where I'm broadcasting from? Okay, Champy, right on. Champy got it right. I am broadcasting live from Montego Bay, Jamaica today. I didn't want to tell anybody. I wanted to guess, but I am broadcasting. So Champy, much thanks. You hit it right off. I'm broadcasting in the front yard of one of my uncle's home. So I'm seeing the front yard in the shade because if I was direct sunlight, I'd be dripping like crazy. And I've been here for a little bit, and I'm really, really, really happy the broadcasting live today. So Champy, where are you residing? And other people who are here live, please shout yourself out. Oh, there we go. JJ Mars. Good Friday morning for my man in Colorado. I was going to say Arizona, but Colorado. Hope things are well with you, JJ Mars. Now, just to tell people today, usually, Champy, we know Jamaica from anywhere. You can tell by the railings in the back, right? You can tell. That's good. Yeah, Champy, you're in Canada. Good. What is the weather like in Canada? And JJ Mars, what's the weather like in Colorado? Like I said, here in Montego Bay, it is hot. Whew. Like I said, even in the shade, I'm sweating. And of course, because I don't come down here enough, the mosquitoes have made a feast of my legs. So I'm trying not to scratch my legs because I got numerous bumps on my legs because the mosquitoes love my fresh blood. All right, let's see what else is up today. Oh, people are jumping in. Hey, Wendell Arizona. Hey there from California. Good morning, Wendell. Okay, JJ Mar says a cold Colorado day, 36 degrees. Well, I'm broadcasting here in Montego Bay, Jamaica. It is 79 degrees, and it's just 5 minutes past 9. But Wendell Eric Johnson, thank you for jumping in. Okay, Champy says it's okay weather for this time of year. I heard in Toronto you have a little bit of a warm spell going on. Oh, Wendell goes, wow, really? Yes, I am broadcasting from Montego Bay, Jamaica. Yes, the food plane. Good morning. DS here. Wow, from Jamaica. Great food, nice music. Enjoy. Yeah, the food out of bounds. Sort of got off my diet for a little bit. I have to get back on it, but good to have you. I would say as most of the time when I'm broadcasting, I'm interacting with the audience full in real time. I'm not going to do it today because I'm using a laptop, and if I start typing, you'll hear it in the audio. I'm not going to do that. Michelle Bati, yes, good to have you. Have a great time and away from the snow. Good to have you, Michelle. Hope things are going well with you. And Wendell, yeah, so I keep on saying it. It has been nice to get away for a few days. And taking the flight down here, the plane was packed. I mean, there was one empty seat on the flight. And the morning we went down, there were 2 flights leaving within about an hour of each other, both to Montego Bay, Jamaica, packed to the house. Packed to the house. People still coming down here, and I'll tell you, if you get a chance to come down here, I have seen some houses here that would put houses in North America to shame. Now, yes, they may look the same, but just the environment and atmosphere and the greenery, totally out of bounds. So Food Plane says, what do you look for? Oh, we got some interaction here today. So what do you look forward to most when you go to Jamaica? Hanging out with family. Number one, yesterday afternoon, I was here in the front of my uncle's place, and my dad was with me, and 2 of my cousins with me, and my uncle and his wife, and we just relaxed in the shade all day long and just talked. Ordered some food. Actually, here's something crazy. Kentucky Fried Chicken here is different than in North America. And I haven't had Kentucky Fried Chicken in a long time in Canada. You have down here, it's totally different down here. So Food Plane, you would have a culinary dream coming down here to Jamaica. Fresh, fresh, fresh. But the number one thing I look for down here is hang out with family. That's the number one thing. Good question. Good question right off the bat. So Food Plane, if you get a chance to come down here, please do. Yesterday we went, it's like a 10-minute drive. We went to a gentleman's place, and he has basically it's like a hostel, but it's a upscale hostel, and the facilities and everything, it was just, and he has so much. And he was originally born in England, and his father was born in Jamaica. His father's passed away now, and he came back here and said, I want to do this. And he had a vision of building like a hostel / Airbnb place in Montego Bay, and he was all for it, and he didn't know if his wife would go for it. And he said once his wife came, she saw the vision, bang. Okay, well, Food Plane is on fire today with questions. What about food? What Jamaican dish do you enjoy most? Oh boy, that's a really good question. The ones I enjoy the most are probably not the best ones for my health. let me say that first. Because when you ask a question, I use the one I like the most is the first thing out of my head. So I just say I like a number of things. Fried dumpling I love. The jerk chicken here is totally different than in North America. I don't eat pork unless I eat it down here. Jerk pork is out of bounds. Roast corn. So we were talking yesterday. Patties here, that one person was saying, is not as good as the patties in Canada anymore. So I don't know. But there was a time when I came down to Jamaica, the first thing I would do when I arrived in Montego Bay, I would go downtown. There's a place called Juicy Beef Patties. and I would order a dozen chicken patties and a dozen cocoa bread. Now, for people who don't know what cocoa bread is, it's like, think about sandwich bread, like I don't know if we have it here. We may have one here. Maybe able to grab it after. So you put the patty inside the bread flap, and you have it like a patty sandwich. It's so good. Like other Jamaican and other people here, just to reset, Dr. Vibe here, Morning Vibe. Ryan is not with us this morning. Ryan should be here, by the way. He should be hanging out. Would you guys love if Ryan and I did a show from Montego Bay, Jamaica? Oh, Food Plane, love me some cocoa bread. So you know what cocoa bread is. Nice. Nice. Yeah, patty and cocoa bread. Good morning. Frequency Event Promotions. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah. But cocoa patty and cocoa bread. I'm good. Chicken patty and cocoa bread. I'm good. Had 2 of those yesterday. And okay, Macmillan Group. Good morning, Dr. Vibe. Love the t-shirt. Ain't nothing better than warm tents and sunshine. Enjoy my weather. Absolutely. By the way, Ray, I'm actually going to be speaking with Unique this evening. Unique and I have been trying to get in touch with each other. So Unique and I are going to be chatting this evening. And I'm looking forward to that conversation. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's just see. I got something going on. With all this food, that my producer's saying, "This you're making me hungry. It sounds delicious." It is. All right. Food Plane. To cheese or not to cheese? That is the question. I don't eat a lot of cheese. It's not good for your diet, to be honest with me. For me, once in a while, but Jamaican cheese again is different than North American cheese. And the only time I usually eat cheese is Easter. Jamaican cheese, I'll have that if someone gives it to me. I'm not going out and buying it. All right. The Food Plane. You make your own cocoa bread? Food Plane? We need to chat. Look at this. Oh my God. Frequency Event Promotion says, hold on. Your scenery looks much more different than mine. Okay, so Frequency Event Promotions, and don't let anyone tell them where am I broadcasting from today, Frequency Event Promotions. And the Wallamala, happy Friday. Yes, good to you, Food Plane. I meant cheese and a beef patty. No, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling cheese and a beef patty. I'm not feeling that. Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It'd take a lot for me to get there. I just like my patty and cocoa bread. We're good. We're good. Okay, so Frequency Event Promotions, you're on the clock. Where am I broadcasting from today? Where am I broadcasting from? Talk to me. Talk to me. The view who came in, people came in a little bit earlier on, no, but don't tell him where we're broadcasting from. Hold on, them. I say, you touch yard. Yes, you got it. But what yard? What country? What country? What country are we broadcasting from today? What are we doing? Hold on. Yep, I touched yard. I touched yard. All right. Don't tell him what country. Everybody else who's been here from the beginning, you know where I'm broadcasting from. We need to see a Frequency Event Promotions, Mr. Network King. Sounds like I'm in JA. You are correct. I am in Montego Bay, Jamaica, I'd say about 10 minutes drive from Montego Bay Airport, broadcasting from the front yard of my uncle's house, one of my uncle's house. So Food Plane says, have you had one before with cheese? In the U.S., people have it all the time. Seen even put pepperoni. Had it with cheese once, not feeling it. Patty and cocoa bread with cheese. What about other people here? So Frequency Promotions goes, what? What do you mean what? Once in a while I have to live your life, so I'm here. And like I said, broadcasting from a front yard. I'd lift up my laptop and show you it, but then it would take too much time you can see in the background. You got the trees, front line. So Food Plane, how would you describe the beautiful people of Jamaica? Whew. Great question. They enjoy life. They really, really enjoy their life. Most of them have materially a lot less than we have in North America, but they enjoy their life, really and truly. They enjoy their life. They're hardworking. They do, yeah, exactly. They really just enjoy life. Most of them are friendly. There are, just like your relatives, there's some people that aren't too cool, but it's a good vibe down here. Good morning, Dr. Tachi. What is up? We'll do our media meet. Will be our indie soup drop in just a moment. Food Plane says hello, Dr. Tachi. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna go for a break because there are more questions and comments coming. So I don't want to. I'm gonna go for a break, and then we come back. We'll continue our conversation. So it's the Morning Vibe live from Montego Bay, Jamaica, on February 28th, 2025. Producer, let's go for a break, and we'll come back for some more. We'll see you in a bit. Whenever I'm around, it's the home of epic conversations.
So many of us are blind to the fact that they don't know what they don't know.
We sort of appreciate all the help that we're given, all the help that the government is giving us, but we as people, we have to unite together.
Confidence is something that's very impactful, because that is something that you carry with you.
Oh, that mic drop. All right, so what is up, everybody? And interesting enough, in that collage, you saw the lady with the glasses and the pink jacket, Unique Russell. Actually going to be speaking with her. She was actually born in Jamaica. She resides in Canada, and her and Ray McMillan were on the Morning Vibe recently. And it's good to we're finally going to have a chance to chat. Let's do a reset. Well, you know what? Okay, let's do this first. Subscribe to the Morning Vibe. Not to the Morning Vibe, the Dr. Vibe Show, and on YouTube, and hit the notification button. We are this close to 1,670 subscribers. This close. And believe it or not, I don't know how much people pay attention to the YouTube channel. I hope you do. We have been getting phenomenal engagement from our YouTube shorts. Really great engagement. And the shorts that are getting incredible engagement right now are between Aisha K. Staggers and Laura Lala Key, who are the hosts of Primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala. Saturdays, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. But the engagement on those shorts, the algorithm is loving them, absolutely going out of crazy. I'll have to decide if I'm going to be able to do, depending what my schedule's like tomorrow. I may do a live show with them. I don't know. Right now we have a repeat up. It all depends what my my agenda is for tomorrow. I'd like to do one, but if not, no problem. Also, like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You want to, and there's, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. See, I'm not being good. Should be hosting the show. Let the producer do all their stuff. So join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Email me at dr.vibe@vibeshow.com. And advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm a part of. Again, email me, dr.vibe@dr.vibeshow.com. And before we go any further, I want to hail up Ray McMillan of the McMillan Group. He was the first sponsor of a Dr. Vibe program. And I remember we met about 2.5, 3 years ago. And from our first meeting, he sponsored a number of broadcasts on the Morning Vibe Show. So I want to just hail up Ray, Stefan, and the rest of his family for taking that leap of faith and being not only a supporter, but a friend and a comrade and a confidant. I just wanted to put that out there. And then finally, Indie Soup TV. Dr. Tachi's in the house. There's the address on YouTube, and also website address. And Indie Soup Media is relaunching it's starting its new season next week. Check it out. It's a source of, I'm sure it's more than 30 independent content creators. And Dr. Tachi houses it all and keeps the fire burning there. All right, we are back. So, for a reset, we are hosting the Morning Vibe this morning from Montego Bay, Jamaica. And I'm exactly in the front yard of one of my uncle's places. And yeah, and believe it or not, the Wi-Fi here is really good. Just for people who are watching live, how does the camera look? The camera isn't 100% best. I'm using a laptop camera, but my producer said it looks decent. And how's my audio? Just want to get some feedback on that. All right, Dr. Tachi says, food plane. Hey, friend. The Milan Group says, if you are there until March, then you can attend the Passport to Wealth workshop that Unique is hosting in Mobay and Kingston. That's going to be interesting because I don't think Unique knows I'm in Montego Bay right now. I'm going to mention it, and we'll see if I would love to be part of that in some way. I don't know. Maybe I'll have an extended stay and hang out for the workshop. Though Ray, again, thank you to the introduction to Unique. I'm really excited to finally have a conversation with her. So here I am. I'm in Montego Bay. I'm looking in the distance. There's a little lizard crawling along one of these branches here. I wish I could, like, if I set up another camera, maybe I could do that. Maybe I'd do Maybe I'll do a 2-camera thing. Maybe we'll see. All right. Dr. Tack says, I loved working in Jamaica. Good to see you there. Yeah. As long as you keep yourself out of trouble, you're not going to be in any trouble. And but actually, what I'm going to do, and I haven't taken any yet. I've been here I haven't taken any pictures. Today I will start taking pictures. So by, I don't know about next show, but maybe next Friday's show, I can share you some of the stuff going on down here. Which reminds me, next Friday, excuse me, next Friday is the first Friday of March. Usually Wayne Harris is with us on Financial First Fridays. He will not be with us. He's going to be traveling himself. He'll be on the following Friday. So we'll probably, unless we have a guest coming in, it'll be myself and Ryan next Friday. Again, this Monday, I think we'll be just doing the same thing. I'll be coming on again for this Monday. All right. Okay. Frequency Event Promotion says, love the commercial breaks and content shared in between. Well, you thank some incredible student interns. I did none of that. All I did was provide them the content. They came up with the creative. To the point that I even have a wonderful student intern, Shirley, who's been producing the Morning Vibe for probably at least about 2 months now. She's been doing a fantastic job. For those entrepreneurs aside here who say, I got to do stuff on my own, I got so much stuff to do, come to me if you want, and I may be able to help you, at least getting an intern for a few months, depending what you're needing help in. But getting an intern for a few months gets your work off your plate and gets you your time back. Because remember, you cannot buy your time back. Shirley, you are doing an incredible job. Thank you so much for all that you do. All right, Dr. Tachi says, yep. I don't know yep too, but she says yep. So if you can just tell me, because as I say, sometimes when you say one word comment, I go, okay, what are they saying one word comment to? All right. Food plane. Can you explain patois? Can you give us a few patois phrases? Patois is the, I guess, language of Jamaica. And it's a mix of a whole different things. So you want some examples. Okay, so the one that I keep on saying, so tell me, people, tell me something. As I said again, here's an example. So here's an example. If I wanted money from you, Food Plane, I would say, hey, can you give me some money, please? Or give me my money. Say you owed me some money, which you don't. And I wanted to get that money for you. Say, instead of saying, I want the money, I want my money, Food Plane, I would say, if you me money, give me my money. If you me money. Helpful? Here's one of the best examples. I gotta look, 20. About 30 years ago, I was playing pickup basketball on a Sunday night. I came down from a rebound, and if you can picture this, my right leg was behind my back when I came to the ground. Got taken to the hospital in emergency. I'm there outside on a gurney. My dad comes. What you do to your foot? I said, Dad, it's not my foot, it's my knee. Jamaicans consider everything from the top of your leg to the end of your toes, your foot. Does that help, Food Plane? Okay. Tell me if it does in the comments. All right. What's my... Oh, kind words from our producer. Right back at you. Let's go back to some comments here. All right. Let's just... Hold on. Here. So Food Plane, tell me that's helpful. The Macmillan Group says, thanks, Dr. Vibe. We're working on something that will lead to a new sponsorship between... A new sponsorship... Partnership? Is that between you and Yannick? Gonna happen soon. Okay. Well, if there's anything I can do to help either of you or both of you together, I'm all ears. Both of them. I'm all ears. Okay, actually, and Macmillan Group, you know what? You're saying make sure you indulge in fresh coconut water. Nothing beats it. Yes, had a nice half a jug of coconut water yesterday. So beautiful. So fresh. Fresh. Okay. Frequency of Info says, thanks for referring me as the networking king. This is something I'd like to be known as and for predominantly. Well, keep on driving the brand. Stay in your lane. Drive the brand. Drive the brand. And you're doing it consistently. I know you have something come up with, I don't know the lady's name who does sponsorship stuff. I can't remember, but I know you have something coming up with her. Champy, what go on? Yep. What go on? Food Plane, yes. Says yes. Okay, I'm glad that was helpful. Okay, another good thing. What are some historical, cultural landmarks worth visiting in Jamaica? So many. There's Rose Hall, especially outside of Montego Bay. There's a lot of historical, like our family church has been around for, I've been told, over 200 years. There's a lot of history, just a lot of history. You know what I will do? I'm going to try my best to come back on Monday, and I will provide you a list, Food Plane. If you come back on Monday and I'm live on Monday, I'll provide you a number of places you can check out. Oh, funny story. So some relatives, or a bunch of us are down here. Some relatives yesterday were walking on the beach, and I don't know how they got in the conversation, but the two people came up to them. These are two lady relatives, and they basically said, we'd like to apologize for our president. I don't know how the conversation got there. And one of the gentlemen said, you know what? Our current president, he's going to get shot. And if someone's going to kill him, he's causing too much havoc. Funny. So Jacqueline Clark, that's right. Frequency of Air Promotions, Jacqueline Clark. Check out what they have, what Frequency of Air Promotions have going on. There's a number of events going on. You've really gone hardcore on that, man. I'm speaking, though, it's providing you the return on investment that you would like. All right. The Macmillan Group, mortgages and real estate. The Macmillan Group in the morning vibes, sir. Just working on the content to hit all the markets currently. Thank you. Just to think about me, thank you. See, this is what I'm glad I broadcasted live today. I wouldn't have had any idea about that. Really, Ray, we have to have an offline conversation because I saw some stuff going on down here that we got to talk about personally, and I saw some other things. There's some serious. I said at the beginning of today's show, I told you a bunch of us who went down to a place. It's like 15 minutes drive from here. Guy has basically a upscale hostel place. Life is really crazy when you find out people's stories. he was born in England. While he was in England, he was a truck driver. So like for 20, 25 years, he is a black man, has driven France, Russia, Norway, Hungary. Like he has driven a truck all throughout Europe. Comes here, opens up this upscale hostel place. So I'm looking around and I wish I could have taken a picture of it. I look in the back, there is a big, almost like a brand new truck. Like, truckers, they do all the trucking right across the world, delivery stuff, high scale. I'm going, what's that? He goes, it's my truck. I said, where did you get this from? I'll cut the story short. He said he wanted to get a truck here. And his wife said, okay, no problem. She goes, where are you getting the truck from? She goes, he says, you should try to get the truck from Florida, which isn't far from here. And he went online and he saw the truck he wanted and he purchased it. He did not realize, this is the crazy part, the truck got shipped from Oregon, the state of Oregon. So you think about Jamaica to Florida ain't that far. Jamaica to Oregon, which is in the northwest corner of the United States. The only state that's farther away would have been Alaska. He had this truck shipped from Oregon to Jamaica. I'm going, what? And it's brand new, looking great. And he said in 2 months' time, him and his wife are going to take like 2 weeks off, and they're going to drive all around Jamaica, all around the coast, to like a little vacation, but also to do some research to see what's going on with other travel spots in the country. This truck, no lie, must be at least, I don't know the value of trucks, but I know it's at least $100,000, this truck, minimum. All right, Just Tornado. What is up, Just Tornado? Good to see you, and you won something on Kirk and Kanik, I believe that's his wife's name, show yesterday. And I'm going to promote Just Tornado, does great motivational content on her YouTube channel. And I want to big up Kirk Nugent, who is an incredible content creator. Believe it or not, one of the things I'm doing in my downtime here, Just Tornado, you'll be happy, I'm getting a little bit more of a grasp on EV Mux. I'm getting more and more of a grasp on EV Mux. And interesting, I just saw on my StreamYard, which I use for live streaming for the moment, I see StreamYard has now added scenes. A little bit late in the game, but they're adding. I guess I don't know how much you're going to retain their audience. They're adding all these things they should have added a long time ago, which other launch stream providers have been, the prominent ones have had for a while. All right, Michelle Baptiste. As an animal lover, I'm interested to know what wildlife have you found, please. Dogs are everywhere. I know periodically my uncle has goats. As I said about 20 minutes ago, in front of me, I just saw little lizards, various types of birds. Yeah, just a little bit of everything that you'd find in a warm climate. But you would love it down here if you love animals and greenery. Like, I almost feel like I should put up my laptop and just switch it and show you a picture. Maybe I could add another camera. Jeez, I'd have to go on break to see if I could do that. Yeah, that. But you would love it down here, and the food is fresh. One thing I see that they don't do enough here, like I haven't seen enough. A lot of people don't eat enough vegetables. They eat a lot of fruit and a lot of starchy stuff, but not. Oh, we'll get to you in a moment, Just Tornado. They're not in season. We're going to get to that comment in a moment. I just saw what you put up there. I may be coming back in May for those, but we'll get to your comment in just a moment. All right, the food plane. I'm curious, what part of the world have you not visited, and what would you? Good question. Also, how important is to take time to take it all in? Great question. When I was younger, travel was not a big thing to me. It wasn't. And during our conversation yesterday with some family members, I have a cousin who lives in Kingston, Jamaica. She opened up the Jamaican Council in Tokyo, Japan about 20 years ago. She's retired now. She's a career diplomat because she actually, I believe, either opened or was the second Jamaican Council representative in Belgium, Brussels, Belgium. Yeah, Brussels. You know what I'm talking about. She was a career diplomat, and I never went to visit her because I was younger then. I go, man, this is so. I don't got the kind of money to visit these places. She was a diplomat in Brussels, was a diplomat in Japan. Didn't catch either one of them, which disappointed me because I know so many people who have gone to Japan, especially people who are younger. I know a lot of students who have went to Japan. A lot of students have gone to visit in Japan. My next door neighbor, he has 2 daughters. His youngest daughter has been to Japan twice and actually just got engaged in Japan about 4 or 5 months ago. Japan, I'd love to do an Africa tour, meaning I'd start at the top of Africa and go all the way down to the bottom of Africa. I would love to do that. I'm getting congested, and I probably because of last night's draft, but I'm going to get through. Yeah, so those are some of the places. I've been to Mexico, loved Mexico. And I don't like to do too much of the touristy stuff. I want to go in. Japan, I'd love to go to Thailand. I'd love to go. Haven't been to England. Would like to go. I've got relatives there. I haven't been there. I'd like to go there. Those are some of the places. And how important is it to take time to take it all in? Absolutely. I replicate my dad a lot. My dad worked a long time as a school teacher. He never took time to travel. Once he retired, he started traveling all over the place. I'm replicating my dad in a number of ways. People say I look like him, I sound like him, I walk like him. We're replicating a lot of things together. Hope that gives you a good answer. Dr. Tag says $100,000, sheesh. I'm going to try and get a picture of that. Getting congested here. I'm going to try and take a picture of that truck. It was just, and he had the rims taken off to shine them because they have truck shows here in Jamaica and they're serious business. It's you know what, it's more than $100,000 because I know cars that are $100,000. So I'm gonna say 200 grand. This truck's probably worth about 200 grand. Yeah. All right, let's see. We got more comments. Let's see what's going on. Dr. Chachi said, just Tornado. Hey sis. Food planes, so expensive. StreamYard, yeah. So expensive, ridiculously expensive for what you get for StreamYard as a platform. It's so not worth it. It's so not worth it. It's so not worth it. Okay, I'm going to hold on a second because I got to blow my nose and I don't want to do it live. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to just go off screen. I'm going to go off screen for 10 seconds. Okay, we are back. I wanted to be polite. I didn't want to blow my nose while I'm on screen and hear it audio wise. That's better. Yeah, StreamYard is so expensive. I'll just speak. I've been fooling around with another platform called EVMux. And funny enough, while I'm down here, I'm beginning to get some understanding of how EVMux works. And again, a big shout out to Kirk Nugent. If you want any tips on live streaming, check out Kirk Nugent on YouTube. He actually, I think, is it every Wednesday, for about at least an hour, does a great Q&A asking all your questions about live streaming. Highly recommend it. Another gentleman I would check out big time on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern time, Nick and Dee Niman do a 3-hour YouTube show. And they will answer all your questions about YouTube. Doesn't matter where you're at on your YouTube journey. If you're just thinking about starting a channel, if you've been around for a bit, you've been a long-term vet, great avenues. Those are 2 shows. If I don't catch live, I definitely check in on the replays. And the nice thing, I don't think Kirk does it, but and maybe he does it a different way, but Nick and Dee, after they do their show, they timestamp it. So if you don't catch it live, you can actually go back and see at what points during the conversation they've talked about certain subjects or ask questions about certain subjects, and you can go right there. You can scroll right there. I think Kirk does that too. I don't know if he timestamps. Just Tornado, hopefully you can answer me on that. But I know you can scrub along on the. I don't know if he does that or not. So he needs. I'm not 100% sure. All right, so Dr. Tachi says the food plane it is. Yes. StreamYard is ridiculously, in my opinion, expensive for the service it provides. You know, they're adding all this stuff again, as I said, that other live stream service providers have had for a while at a lot of times much cheaper. So Just Tornado says, hey, Dr. Tachi. All right, Just Tornado sends Dr. Tachi love. We also have a question here. Oh, Just Tornado says, man, you in the land of mangoes and jelly water. So there's another thing for you too, food plane, water. And we don't say water here, we say water. And mangoes have probably in about a month or 2 months, Just Tornado, the mangoes will be just dropping off the tree. Just dropping off the tree. All right. Michelle Baptiste says, such a beautiful island with fresh produce. Yes, fresh produce. If you eat fruits here compared to wherever you are watching this, unless you're in a Caribbean or hot climate place, one bite and you'll know the difference. Dr. Tach says, ackee and saltfish is one of her favorites. I like it, but the salt is ridiculous. And ackee is like a delicacy in North America. It is a delicacy in North America. It is so expensive. Like I have relatives, if I'm traveling to different places, to say, oh, can you get me a tin ackee? Because it's so expensive. Food Plane has a yummy, yummy emoji. Good stuff. 100% agree with you, Ray. The Macmillan Group. Traveling is life's best form of education. 100%. I have learned so much from traveling, and I haven't really traveled that much. I'm actually thinking about coming back here in a few months. Okay, Michelle Baptiste, this is a good question. Is there a large Chinese presence, business/property ownership that you are aware of in Jamaica? Great question. And maybe Ray McMillan, we want to chime in on this because Ray has a good knowledge of what's going on in the Caribbean. The Chinese presence is huge down here. A number of years ago, with Chinese money, a highway from Montego Bay to Kingston was built. Compared to something like a 407, Michelle, it's a toll highway. The sad thing is most Jamaicans can't afford to drive on it. Plus, the Chinese own the land. They own the highway and the land around it. And I was told also that the Chinese brought Chinese workers to work on the highway. Coming up to where I'm staying, I see another big highway being built. And I ask Chinese, they go, yep. So the Chinese have like they have been doing in many parts of the world, they are in. You don't see it front ways, but in the background, yes. And there's been a decent Chinese Jamaican population here for many years and around the world, but absolutely. The Chinese have their control of Jamaica. And that's one of the challenging things, about an island like Jamaica. They've never had a chance to own their own. Before the Chinese, you would have had different countries, Portuguese, Spain, America. And the country is so reliant on tourism. The sad thing is they don't own anything. They don't own anything. It's unfortunate. And I never say never, but it's going to be very difficult for Jamaica to start making a turnaround to own their own. which seems to be a challenge that many Black countries and cultures have, whether you're talking about Canada, the United States, Caribbean, Africa, big time. Okay, the food plane. Oh, I love this Q&A here. When you got started on YouTube and streaming, what are some of the struggles you had and how did you get through? Wow, these are good questions. I've never, on a YouTube, man, I've never had that question asked of me. Great question. I had been, okay, so a few things. I don't call what I do podcasting. I call it live show or a live stream. Like even live stream, I say, and Dr. Tachi can relate to this, and Ray McMillan can relate to this also. Ray does live shows. Dr. Tachi and I have been doing live shows for a long time. It's a show. It takes production. It takes coordinating. Just calling it a podcast, everyone, it's just so generic. And when I tell people I do live online shows, they go, "What's that?" So I can show them. You want to be different in a good way. I had been doing audio podcasts for a number of years. And believe it or not, I didn't want to show this on screen. I didn't. I thought, well, first of all, I didn't think I had the look that people would want to watch. And second of all, I didn't think I had an imposter syndrome. I didn't think I had anything of value to share. But, and you know what? That's a good question. I'm going to, hopefully by Monday I can find it, or when I get back in Toronto, I can screen share my first live broadcast. It was a number of years ago, and I intentionally said I'm going to do it on New Year's Day. I said, I'm going to get my New Year starting right, to stop holding myself back and broadcast my first live video stream on New Year's Day. I was intentional. I didn't want to be on there by myself. Again, imposter syndrome. Didn't think I would have anything of value to offer. I brought on with me the gentleman who had, up until that time, had the most downloaded audio podcast that I had done. He had an audience worldwide of that time of about 5,000 to 10,000 people. I said, okay, I'm going to bring him on because he can bring the audiences. I didn't think people would just come to see me. No one show up. Brings you to another thing. And this is learned from one of my great mentors, Mario Armstrong. If you want to build your audience, there's one of three ways you can do it. You can buy an audience, which I wouldn't recommend that you do, but a lot of people do. You can grow it organically, which I've basically been doing most of the time, or you can borrow an audience. What do I mean by borrowing an audience? That means you get someone on your show who has an audience bigger or credible, and you get a chance to promote yourself with them. Good morning. I'm just broadcasting live. Thank you, and congratulations on being powerful as usual. You're welcome. All right, actually, one of my cousins just got dropped off. We're going to be taking a beach trip today. Going to go on for a beach for a few hours. But getting back to what I was saying, you can borrow the audience. So I borrowed his audience, and I just kept on going. You know, I'm another thing when I do for you, like when I do broadcast, it's not about me. It's bigger than me. So there I go. I always look at who am I helping. It's all about, I like to say friend. I don't like to call people guests. The friends and the friends I have broadcasting out there. And I'm enjoying it now more than ever because it's just so much fun. If I didn't enjoy it, why would I be sitting in the front yard of a house in Montego Bay, Jamaica doing this live? I could be hanging out, relaxing, maybe having some ackee and saltfish, but I love it. And I always be curious. I say ABC, always be curious. How can I be better? How can I learn more? As I said earlier on, want to learn this platform, EVMux, because the more platforms I learn, the better I can be, the better I can adapt, and better share the information with others. I hope that's a good enough answer for you, Food Plane. If there's more, I know you'll put in the comments section. So that's, yeah, I just started, but that's a good idea. I'll see if I can pull up And actually the first lot, did I do it on YouTube? This is going back. I actually did it on, what was the Google platform, Dr. Tachi? What was the name of the Google platform that you could live stream on? I don't remember it off the top of my head. It didn't last long. I can't remember what it was called. Maybe you can tell me in the share. Okay, Dr. Tachi says that's exactly why I don't want a mango tree. I love them, but there's so many to eat of the yield. Yeah, that's the thing. Mango trees are great, but when they all come down, you can't eat them all at once, and then they end up maybe getting spoiled or rotten. I have some people though, they can eat half a box of mangoes in one sitting. What? I'm okay with them, but I know other people, they just crave them. Dr. Tech says, yes, you can't eat too much ackee and saltfish. Agreed. Yeah, because it's not really good for your health. It tastes good, but it catches up on you. As you see, the sun is beaming. I'm in the shade because if I was in direct sunlight, and like part of my body's in sunlight, but if all of me, you'd be watching Dr. Vibe dripping. All right, let's go next here. Just Tornado says, I have breadfruit. I forgot. Love breadfruit. I have a beautiful breadfruit and patty in my freezer right now that my friend bought back. Yes. Just Tornado, were you born in America or outside America? Just curious. Huge. She goes, huge is not the word. The presence is massive. Yes. The Chinese presence here is crazy. Huge is not the word. Yeah, it is absolutely crazy down here. You know, they as they say, food plane, they run things down here. They run things. That means they got control. They run things. Next up, Macmillan Group says, thanks, Dr. Vibe. They are building almost all the infrastructure in the Caribbean, from ports to highways and everything in between. And you are correct. They bring their own staff. So there you go. And Ray would know more about that than me because he has so much knowledge about development around the Caribbean and other places around the world, but definitely North America and the Caribbean. So he knows, and I hope he doesn't get mad for. He actually, in the last year or two, did a development in Guyana. So he knows that stuff. Michelle says, I hope that doesn't sound terrible, but I would like to see Jamaican-born individuals. So would I. So would I. It doesn't sound terrible. No offense, and this is no offense, in China controls everything, right? They control what goes on there. Americans do not teach Chinese about their heritage. China controls China. So not a bad point at all. Not a point, okay. Dr. Tech says, I suspect this is a large problem throughout the Caribbean, particularly in the heavy reliance on tourism. Yeah, it is. And it's challenges like problems countries like Mexico too, that they have the climate where a lot of us people who are in cold climates, 100% is a challenge. And it's been a challenge for many, many years. It's just a real part. Just Tornado, the old early reggae tunes speak heavily about the presence if you listen to them closely. Okay, Tornado, you born a yard? Huh? Come on, fess up. You born a yard? All right, next up, Macmillan Group says, very seldom do they hire local trades and usually hire the lowest level of laborer. There you go. 100%. They don't play. When they come, which leads me to a very interesting question. Who do you trust more, Americans or Chinese? Who do you trust more, Americans or Chinese? Because both of them are very aggressive. Dr. Tachi says the food plane asks the best of questions. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling it. All right, Dr. Tachi says, Macmillan Group, mortgages and real estate. When is your show? They do a show every second Wednesday for 1 hour that starts, correct me if I'm wrong, Ray, is it 10 o'clock or 10:15? And they go for about, usually 45 minutes, but the show's been going longer because the engagement has been going up and up and up. Dr. Tachi, I have a feeling I know why you're asking. Behave yourself, but I have a feeling I know why you're asking. I think your mind and I have a feeling I know why. Am I thinking something here, Dr. Tachi, or are I making too much into it? All right. Dr. Tachi says, Dr. Vibe, I'm going to use that next time I talk to someone. Congratulations on being powerful as usual. I would just say that to a cousin. And it's interesting. There's a student who's going to be joining the team in a few months, who's referred to me by the producer today, Shirley. And I said, I like to be positive and productive. And she added a twist to it. She says, Dr. Vibe, what would sound better? I go, what? She goes, be productive and impactful. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Be productive. So I said, I want to be positive, productive, and positive, impactful. But when she brought that to my lap, I said, what? I'm having this conversation with someone I don't even know, and they brought that to the table? Fire. And I said, of course. I said, you got to join the team. You got to join the team. You're loving me up like that? You got to do that. That is great. All right. Michelle says, where would I get a t-shirt like that when you are wearing, please? Okay. There is a gentleman in Toronto named Mark Stoddart, has been doing t-shirts designs for years and years. This t-shirt, and you're the second person who's talked about that today. I think Ray McMillan, the McMillan Group, also you talked about that t-shirt. This is a shirt in honor of John Carlos and the at least 2 or 4 African Americans that put their fist up with a black power at the Mexico Olympics. But I think it's in dedication to Juan Carlos. I don't think they're available anymore. I actually have 2 or 3 of them. They're a nice shirt, nice cotton. But what attracted you about this shirt, Michelle and Ray? Just out of curiosity. I love the shirt. And you're not the first people that have just really given comments, but it's I get a lot of positive comments about it. All right. The Food Plane says, thank you, Dr. Tachi. All right. Food Plane. So, man, you're making this conversation happen today. All right. I missed a whole pile of comments. Let me come back. And just to make everyone aware, usually I'm responding to you in the comments. Because I'm using a laptop today, if I responded, you'd be hearing me pounding on the keyboards. Don't want to do that. All right. McMillan Group goes, Dr. Tachi, my son Steph and Andrew and myself do a once monthly conversation every second Wednesday at 10:15 a.m. It's called Morning Money Conversations with Steph and Drew, conversations about money and lifestyle. I would highly recommend you check that out, Dr. Tachi. Great show. Not being biased, but just a great show. And it's lovely to see different generations, Ray and his son, and there's another gentleman named Andrew. It's a great conversation. Highly recommend it. Okay, please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the subscribe button and the notification button. Can we hit 1670 by Monday? Let's see if we can do that. As we say down in Jamaica, inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard too hard. So, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, hit the notification button. Also, like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Please email me, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm on. Please email me, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. If you want to get a hold of Ryan, RyanO'NeillKnight.com. That's Knight with a K-N. Ryan O'Neill Knight. Also, Ryan O'Neill Knight on LinkedIn. Instagram at Ryan.Knight99. Email workwithme@RyanO'NeillKnight.com. Speaking of which, I just want to say I got an announcement. I had said I was going to do it a long time ago and it didn't go completely through. Next month, we'll be launching another way of you accessing the Morning Vibe. For myself, Dr. Vibe, the Dr. Vibe Show. YouTube, Facebook. Well, the drvibeshow.com is the website. YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, The Dr. Vibe Show. Instagram at the drvibeshow.com. X, drvibeshow. Email dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. And Blue Sky is at drvibe.bsky.social. You can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Afro-Caribbean Business Network on Facebook, and Ryan O'Neill Knight on YouTube. Okay, 2 more comments. Dr. Tachi says, thanks so much, Dr. Vibe. Thank you so much, Dr. Tachi, and thank you for allowing me in the meeting yesterday. And then Macmillan Group, great show, Dr. Vibe. Thanks for sharing your time in Jamaica with us. We'll do it again on Monday. And Ray, I will reach out to you maybe after, if not today, tomorrow for sure, via WhatsApp. We can have a catch-up conversation. Is that fair, Ray? And also, I'm really excited. Again, thank you for introducing me to Yannick. I'm very excited on having a conversation with her and seeing how I can serve her. Because if I'm serving you, I'm also serving you. All right, here we go. From Montego Bay, Jamaica, from the front yard of a house in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller, get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger and better. Aim better, aim higher and wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. Also, if you're not making money, make history, but try to do both and make it better. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith. Walk good. And we will see you live on Monday. Take care. Keep the faith. Bye.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn. Juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
Oh my God.
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.